consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
It's complete to the right.
I love early in the game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
Wants to throw again. Grab near the marker. It's Marshall. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Nice job there by the receiver on the out route, not telegraphing where he's going. You can't be peeking to the outside, giving the defender an opportunity to break on the ball. He kept his eyes right down the field. DB had no idea where he was going. That helped make that completion a whole lot easier.
And guys, this can be a great time to look for a big play on 2nd and inches. Looking to fire. Got his man quickly. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. On 1st and 10 from the 38. Sure hands, it's Marshall. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21.
Yeah, and a really nice job by the QB seeing linebackers are a little bit soft playing pass. Give the route, hand it off, let the running back do the rest.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Running into the open space. He'll be run out of bounds at the 14.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a 4th down stop. So Maryland's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off the defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team. I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
Looking to throw, it's hard. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in.
The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. So the first play of the drive, starting here from the 45. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Got his man. 2nd and 1.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver, creating enough separation to create a positive gain.
Much running room there. Picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
It's so nice to be an offense on 2nd down in short yardage situations. Why? I can take shots. If I want to, I can just act like I'm going to run to try to get the 1st down, take a deep shot down the field. I can run the football with a whole playbook is open.
He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. It's been a defensive battle through the 1st period, and the stats tell that tale. First play of the period, 1st down here. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. Offense gets set for 2nd down. You don't have to make things complicated. You see zone, you throw the hitch, you pick up some positive yards. Inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line. And the Terrapins with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. To the ground with the back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw. It's Hart. Fires to the right. Complete downfield. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. Give to the running back. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Line getting set on 2nd down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab over the middle, it's Rousseau. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Well, defense wasn't fooled on that pass play. Great job by the defender knocking it away.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Trying play action. Fires to the tight end.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the 1st.
Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Pocket breaking down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. The Terrapins will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. job there. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. And off from the shotgun. Up run across the 5. He'll get it all the way out to the 8-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back.
He's at the 20. All the way in for a touchdown.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. They're trying to put something, anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard, down 7-0. To the air, it's Hart. Under fire. Going to try to get it himself.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate. And you tell them, they'll get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a 1st down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you get him before he gets going. Once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking for space. It's Thompson. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Catch in the middle, it's the Sub. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Dennis. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line of warp speed for 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Terrapins will bring the punt team onto the field. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Throws for the tight end. He's got an open man. He is feeling it. A huge play. Almost took him to the house, but they got him at the 24. That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Inside the 25. They'll snap it from the 24. 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. clicking along, 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. He'll throw it on the read. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Looking to fire. And it's caught for a touchdown.
Man, that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautiful. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Maryland has the ball back in the Terrapin offense ready to go. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quick that you can go to.
Quickly out to the tight end. The defense going to stop the clock with the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Terrapins come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Back to throw. It's hard. Gets the short pass to the tight end. He gets it so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. In modern college football, Jesse, if there's time, there's an opportunity to attack.
And I like them being aggressive here too, guys. Look, they practiced this all week long. Now you're in that situation.
Fires toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And he misses. How about that, man? Like, it seems like everything he's thrown so far has worked, especially down here. He's already got 2 touchdown passes against this defense. So, guys, I'm kind of surprised.
He's going to fire deep. It's an inside. He's still going. Touchdown. They've extended the lead and taken control here in week 9.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Going to the ground. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, thanks, guys. And through 2 quarters of ball, it looks like we're in for another fun one here today. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed, he simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double-team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half.
Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way.
There he goes. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Inside the 30. 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Maryland.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then it shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
They'll line up for a second down play. The give to the back. A collision. He stopped at the 27 after picking up one.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. Maryland has the ball back in the Terrapin offense ready to go. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they can go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here. We're in for a ball game.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Finds the tight end. And a good job in coverage there. They stop it after just a few. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. To the air, it's Hart. Complete. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. And the Terrapins are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Dennis. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I like the slot receiver because it gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Yeah, another good run. I feel like we could put that on loop, Jesse. Just another good run. Another good run. Another good run. Over 150 yards on the day. He's been the complete package, showing off all his skills today.
Far in the backfield, it's Dennis. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
They'll run play action. Quarterback just flat. Missed it. Incomplete. After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Caught behind the line. It's Thompson. Running a screen pass on 3rd down can be feast or famine, and people going hungry after that one.
Yeah, defense. Great job and a critical down in distance on 3rd down, anticipating that this offense may try to sneak one by him on that screen pass, and nothing happening there.
It's good. Easy call for the refs.
Personal foul.
Hold on just a second. A flag down. Let's see what's up with that. You must protect the kicker when he's in a defenseless position like that. That penalty's going to give the offense a first down. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Looking downfield, it's Hart. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And this offense shows right away on first down. They're willing to pass down here. This is softening up a little bit for the run here on second down and goal.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Quarterback on the keeper. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
And now a big 3rd down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it.
Touchdown, Terrapins! And here they come, almost all the way back. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. That lead has been sliced to 7, and now they'll try to put something together here. Lost a throw on first down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. That is just what this defense needed. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Running back searching for a hole. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. It's Hart. He uncorks one deep. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught. But how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Unloads it left. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Terrapins will send out the punt unit. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. They make the stop on the return, but there is laundry on the field. Let's get the call.
Holding. Receiving team.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty.
On the set. Let's get some momentum here, on this drive.
The inside handoff. And a pickup of 8 opens a whirl of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, go get positive.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Final stands of the game, and we'll start with a 1st down. They'll go with a direct snap. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure right now on this down if you're on offense because your last 2 plays have gone nowhere. You know the defense just needs to get the football back to give their team an opportunity to go win the game. So you're probably going to have to throw to get this 1st down. A lot of pressure here on the quarterback, Dave.
Yeah, and how I throw, I think, is important. This is a time where I love moving my quarterback outside the pocket, making it an easy throw, or let him run the football. And if he doesn't get it, the clock still ticks. It's still my friend.
They boot it away on 4th down. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. Fair catch just inside the 40. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game. much running room, a short gain on the play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll go right back to it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Awesome job up front by his defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. And the Terrapins decide to punt it away. That leg is staying loose already, the 5th kick of the night. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. They'll go back to work on offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Space. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. He'll do it himself. Oh, he's got some space.
And that is picture perfect by this quarterback. Nice job running the option, seeing he's not covered. Nobody's taking him. They didn't play that responsibility, and he chews up yards and makes the huge play.
That big play really has them in business. It's 1st and 10 from the 11. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. No big secret what they're trying to do here. They've kept it on the ground. It's 1st and 10. Wrestled down at that 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
It's really important at this point of the game late that they at least get a field goal here to make this a 2-possession game. So they're staying conservative. They're running the football, keeping it on the ground to execute that.
And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Back to pass, it's Hart. Got his man on the outside. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Wants to go up top. A deep throw as the clock winds down. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. They come to the line, facing 3rd and long from the 25. Wants to go up top. They'll run the screen. He gets it past the 1st down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. Got to get lined up to spike it and stop the clock. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that's exactly what I want from my offense. Like, listen, they're out of timeouts. I want this clock to tick. Now, we have seen some college coaches across college football continue to run the football and also give up the football and give a gift to the other team. This one's over if I just take a knee.
Just couldn't find a hole in this defense. They were ready for him and forced him out of bounds and no gain on the play.
And absolutely nothing doing there on the quarterback run. Defense takes all the gaps away. They use their speed to force him to the sidelines. He didn't even gain any yards, guys, before going out of bounds.
Wide open downfield. And he's in for the score. Touchdown. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
From inside the 20, chance for great field position. They stopped the return right there, and that will do it. This one is in the book. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after